Hey, Crypto Warriors, it's Sergeant Crypto back at it again. It's Tuesday, the 29th of September, 2020, and we are here on CoinGecko. Bitcoin is pretty much staying above that 10.7 level. We have been trading here within this range, so to speak, for past couple of weeks now. Just especially above the 10,000 level has been the past couple of months, right? So, but everything is pretty much traded sideways. I wouldn't even say these last 24 hours of red is trading in the red. Binance coin is up. Must have something to do with some kind of new release. And yeah, it's pretty much, oh, damn, look at that. Over the past 7 days, Cardano pumping. Wow. So yeah, good luck across the board for the whole market. And let's get right into it. Speaking of trading above the 10,000 level, here it is. Bitcoin stays above 10,000 for longest time in history. Bitcoin has formed an unprecedented run of consecutive days above 10K mark. How long will it continue? Bitcoin has set a new record of 63 days above 10K. The previous was 62 days between the last bull run of between December 17th, 2017 and January 2018. During this run, Bitcoin is also showing signs of stability relative to previous price fluctuations. So Bitcoin now, Bitcoin has gone on a run for 63 days, a record that Jason D, Bitcoin analyst at Quant Economics, attributes to MicroStrategy effect. MicroStrategy, get familiar with them. They were the publicly traded company that purchased over $450 million worth of Bitcoin within the last month and a half. Again, $450 million worth of Bitcoin within the last month and a half because the CEO and the board were afraid of inflation and the Fed, just the continuous printing of currency from the Fed. So they were trying to protect themselves and have Bitcoin as a standard. Scroll down some more. It just goes about the history between the last run and now. And here we have it. Bitcoin's fluctuation have been more stable this time around too. On one of Bitcoin's previous runs, its price was so volatile it fluctuated by 53%. Whereas on this run, it only moved 20%, showing a period of relative stability. It's crazy to think that this is why I love the space, because we're here in a space where a 20% rise and drop or fluctuating, between a 20% price fluctuation is considered stable, because this is crypto, this is Bitcoin. One day it could go up 30%, the next day it could drop another 20. Like this is how Bitcoin works, and that kind of price fluctuation can happen with it 24 hours. It just depends on the market. All right, and this is why I love the space, because 20% is considered stable now, because back in the day it was 53% or sometimes even more in the early Bitcoin days. All right. Next, you can now use Bitcoin or use crypto to buy equity in Tesla, Apple, and Google. And I'm sorry, these stories are coming from decrypt.co. Now there's a platform. So there's this new micro equity crypto platform. It's called Messy.io. Think Robinhood, but crypto. They have their own coin, and you're able to trade equities with cryptos. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to use my crypto to buy any stock. I will use my stock, as I've done in the past, right, to buy crypto. I've liquidated all my stocks, and I'm all in on crypto, because we're still so early in this space that the upside for crypto is enormous. And I'll show you a little infographic on the next page. But yeah, I checked it out. It's a cool website. Needs a little work, because I'm used to looking at more polished websites like Binance and things of that nature. But cool concept to have cryptos trade for equity. And here it is. For those weaker stomachs, The new crypto exchange for international blockchain monetary reserve may prove appealing. Messi.io launched today, lets you hold microequity in a company listed on the stock market or one 10,000th of a share. So that's real microequity right there. I could buy a whole, for the price of Tesla, I could buy a whole Ethereum. I would rather bet on Ethereum than bet on Tesla or bet on the stock market as a whole. And again, I'll show you that infographic on the next page. As a matter of fact, I'll just get into it because I'm pretty much done with this one here. Let's get into it. And I've used this page on several occasions. All of the world's money and markets in one visualization. This happened, or this was updated on May 27th, 2020. So a lot of things have changed since then. It's only been 4 months and a lot of things have like doubled, tripled because of that continuous printing of currency from the Federal Reserve. Here it is. We have the silver markets. First of all, one block, one square this size is $100 billion. So the silver markets at basically $44 billion. We have the whole crypto market back in May at 244 billion. We look right now, the whole crypto market is basically 350 billion. Bitcoin is at 200 billion. Again, so a lot has changed since then. We're just going to scroll all the way down to the stock markets. So these are the billionaires, the coin. You can come here again. This will be linked in the description. You can come and check it out yourself. I always tell you guys to come and check these things out yourself. All the articles, all the references that I leave in the description. This way you could do your own research. Always the DYOR. This is all the world stock market, or the stock market. I'm sorry, not all the worlds. This is New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and all other exchanges. We have a let's say 90 trillion. We'll just round up. $90 trillion compared to $244 billion. Again, 90 trillion for the stock market. I don't see much upside from here. Yes, it could go up some more, right? We could say that it could go up to maybe 100, and let's just be, out there, $150 trillion. Well, if the crypto market is at that's a lot of room to grow, a lot of room to grow, right? So I'm just going to leave it there before I go off on one of my tangent, and you know how I get if you've been around here before. And speaking of that, smash the like, hit that subscribe button to get notified when I upload new videos, of course. Next, we have only, this is coming from Cointelegraph, only 2.5 million Bitcoin left to mine. Think about that. Only 2.5 million Bitcoin left to mine. Talk about real scarcity, real digital scarcity here, people. That's what we got to talk about here. Only 21 million Bitcoin to be issued. A little over 2.5 million Bitcoin left. 2.5 million. That's it. All the billionaires in the world can't have a whole Bitcoin. Think about that. Now, if you've been in the space very early and you have 1, 10, or even more Bitcoin, you are doing way better than some of the world's billionaires out there. Because I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos don't have a whole Bitcoin because he's not even worried about it, right? Because of the Cantillon effect, he's worth over $200 billion and he's not worried about Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't matter to him. All right. So here it is. It gives you a little chart talking about the mining and the supply and where it is and where it's expected to be. We are currently right here. This is that May 11th, 2020, the third halving. And if you're not familiar, basically every 4 years or so, the Bitcoin production gets halved, and reducing the amount of Bitcoin being mined every year. So there you have it. Again, do your own research, and I'll always link these articles in the description below. Next, big news, again, coming from Gemini. Like, Gemini is starting to crank out the big news lately. Gemini Crypto Exchange adds shielded withdrawals for privacy coin Zcash. Now, if you don't know, Gemini is one of the most regulated exchanges in the world, period, point blank. Well, because they're stationed here in New York City, and I said stationed. They're headquartered here in New York City. Man, can't get rid of certain military terms, right? So they're home based here in New York. Again, they're located here in New York. There, I said it. They're located here in New York, and uh, to be located here in New York as a cryptocurrency exchange, you basically have to have a bit license, and for a long time they were slow on adding coins to their exchange because of all the regulations and everything when it comes to listing these coins, because you don't want to get charged with having listed a security because of the SEC and all that other stuff, right? But now we're seeing that Zcash, one of the coins they have listed a couple of years ago, that now they're starting to, you could send directly from Gemini their the shielded transactions or the private transactions directly from the Gemini exchange, which means that regulators are starting to understand crypto and starting to understand that people do need their financial privacy. Okay, because contrary to popular belief, especially in this crypto space where you have a lot of young people always flashing what they have as far as the amount of cryptos and things of that nature. I'm from a different era, man. You don't flash what you have. You don't brag about the millions you may or may not have. Okay, because you don't know who's trying to creep and watch you and set you up. But I'm not going to get into that. But I'm just from a different era. Okay, but there you have it. Good news. First time shielded Zcash withdrawals are available on a regulated exchange. Big news. This is, again, Gemini is doing some things here in the industry that people are basically sleeping on. To have listed Uniswap and not Uniswap. What's the word I'm looking for? DeFi coins. Last week they listed 7 DeFi coins, and now they're allowing for shielded transactions to take place directly from the exchange. That's big news in the industry, in my opinion, of course. All right, let's discuss it in the comment section below. Smash that like, hit that subscribe button to get notified when I upload new videos. And I mean, you got to catch them all, right? How many Bitcoin do you have? Do you even have a whole Bitcoin yet? I advise people to try to get a whole Bitcoin before they try to dabble in the other coins and DeFi and all the other stuff. Especially if you're new to the space, you definitely got to try to bag up at least one Bitcoin. All right, or as much of it as possible. Not financial advice, of course, but I'm just saying. Let's talk about it in the comment section below. It's your boy Sandra Crypto, and I'm out. Peace.